Hey there, this is Kyle getting ready to do my blood transfusion setup. Zach is just going to roll the camera, show that I got supplies here, that I got my blood transfer record, my consent form, no other checklist or anything for me to look at, sheet off of, IV pump, nothing back there. Arm set up here for the IV with our patient and information set up, and then we will get started. So, how's it coming in? Knock, knock. Introduce myself. My name's Kyle. I'm going to be your nurse today. And Betty, just going to confirm with you that we're going to be doing a blood transfusion for you since your hemoglobin was a little bit low when you came in today. Dr. Avery got that set up that you're going to get 1 unit of packed red blood cells. Betty, could you give me your date of birth? We confirm date of birth 5/21 of 52, which is here. Dr. Avery has signed it, and then we signed this before that your signature is here on the consent form. And that'll be good. Provide for privacy for her. All right. Betty, just wanted to let you know with this blood transfusion, I'm just going to get a set of vitals now. I'm going to be in here with you when we start running the blood for the first 15 minutes. I'm probably going to put a blood pressure cuff on your opposite arm just so we can check your blood pressures, establish that baseline. If there's a transfusion reaction, some of the things that might occur is you might get a fever or chills, might get a headache, might feel an onset of chest pain or back pain, or else otherwise sometimes people just feel a little bit funkier compared to what is like their normal. So I need you to let me know that. I'll give you your call light before I leave, and then you just need to let me know you press your call light if anything feels off, okay? Just wanted to let you know that. So what I would do is then get in my blood, which can't be out for more than 30 minutes before we administer it. We're going to double check that blood here. I'm going to have my nurse verify that information with me as I read it off the blood bag here and with you. All right, we got med record number 224466.
Med record number 224466.
Location HLRL.
Location HLRL.
Account number 123456.
Account number 123456.
Patient name is Betty Jones.
Patient name Betty Jones.
Red armband number is going to be 456654.
Red armband number 456654.
Patient blood type B positive.
Patient blood type B positive.
Donor pool number 7890.
Donor pool number 7890.
Units in pool 4.
Units in pool 4.
Volume 250.
Volume 250 milliliters.
Blood component packed red blood cells.
Blood component packed red blood cells.
Expiration date and time 12/22/2020 at 2000 hours.
Expiration date and time 12/22/2020 at 2000 hours.
Donor blood type O positive.
Donor blood type O positive.
Compatibility test has been completed.
Compatibility test completed.
All right, date 7/6/2020.
Date 7/6/2020.
All right, and then I'm just going to observe my blood, make sure it's of a good color, there's no clots in it or other inconsistencies. If I hadn't done so already, I'd put on clean gloves and we'll set up our monitor. Before that, actually, as long as I'm pulling that out, I'm going to do, since blood is a medication, I'm just going to verify Betty's 5 rights 3 times here. So we got Betty Jones, date of birth 5/21 of 52, is getting 1 unit of packed red blood cells via IV at 2:30. Betty Jones, 5/21 of 52. Packed red blood cells, 1 unit via IV at 2:30. Betty Jones, 5/21 of 52, getting 1 unit of red blood cells via IV at 2:30. Now that we confirm that that is that, we will start getting up with our setup here. All right. Clean gloves would be on. Taking out my whiteboard. I'm going to make sure all my clamps are closed, and I'm going to close up all my clamps.
Of course, wash and change clothes before we handle the blood. And I am going to start the normal saline.
Tangled mess since we're recycling our products.
We are going to
Darn COVID. Alright, now that everything is closed up,
the saline
what I can do
will open up the line
is
and then I'll close the saline.
take my bag of saline. We're going to use no touch technique. And we are going to spike our bag. Alright. We're going to hang our bag of saline, undo the clamp here.
And this filter we want to
We're going to run,
with the saline.
fill that filter
Prime that with blood.
part way up, and then we are going to prime
Make sure we have
our tubing. I'm going to relieve a little bit of pressure on that end cap.
sure we hold those extra cords up while we're doing that.
Alright. Make sure that's closed off and going to stay. Then we're going to close all of our clamps. I'm going to set this here, making sure this is
And once we actually have the saline
hanging above our pump.
under the saline, we're gonna clean it.
I'm going to take my blood, which I'm going to invert
We're going to hang the
a couple of times, making sure there's no clots in it.
downstairs.
And we are going to do the same thing.
We don't have to swap.
Spiking
Important thing when you start this tubing is that you make sure that all the clamps are
our
closed
bag.
before you start doing anything, so nothing runs off.
There we go. And then open up our channel,
What we're gonna do now is
which
we're
I
gonna
clamped
find
off
the red blood.
really good. There we go. Filling that part way.
The filter tube.
Then just verbalize what I would do typically in that first 15 minutes is I'd run
Next thing
the
we're
blood
going to
straight down near to the end of here for when we set up.
as we
And then we are ready to connect. We'll check the IV and making sure that it's the proper size between 18 and 22 gauge. I believe this is going to be at 20. Checking that IV, making sure it's not infiltrated. If we weren't running anything through it, we'd flush it with saline to make sure it is patent. But we're just going to assume we are good to connect. So, well, alcohol swab 15 to 20 seconds, and we would let it then dry.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start this at a slower rate and stay with you the first 15 minutes, just to make sure we don't know any signs of
All right, we're good to unclamp there.
the signs after 15 minutes and
All right.
30 minutes.
Good time to remind Betty too about those signs and symptoms of a transfusion reaction that we would be looking for. Making sure, Betty, that you give me a jingle, even though I'm going to be in here with you for those first 15 minutes. We'll go ahead and turn our pump on. The longest running pump you've ever seen, everyone. But Betty is a new patient that came into us, and she will be going to a med surg unit after she gets some blood. Under patient ID, we're going to select our channel that we're running through, and underneath our guardrail IV fluids, we have red blood
Now,
cells.
again, the things you're gonna watch for, Betty,
And then
tell me if you have any
we're going to start by running at 50 milliliters an hour there, Betty. And then after that first 15 minutes, we'll probably go up. Since it's a 250 bag, we're going to go 225 to start. What I'll then do open up my roller clamp.
Now we just need to let this dry before we hook this.
We'll get started.
Now,
Making
if
sure
you
we're
have
still
silent
clamped here.
reaction,
Now we're
what we
open
do, Betty, it takes
and
like 5
running.
seconds for this to dry. It's important that
I'd
it
say we're ready for the first 15 minutes, making sure that her vital signs stay within baseline, making sure that she is doing all right. After that first 15 minutes, we know that everything is running okay. I could then change the rate here to whatever Betty may tolerate. With the fact that Betty is a little bit older, we may not be able to run it at like 200 milliliters an hour. We might have to cut that back to 100, 150, where we can still get it within that 4-hour window for hanging our blood, but then we don't blow out her vein as a lifestyle consideration. Once this would be done running, and we'd be checking in with her every 30 minutes, what I would then do is we would take everything, dispose of it properly, probably in a red biohazard bag, and I would document that that was given. If Betty were to not feel alright, maybe spike a fever, have a transfusion reaction, we're going to then follow our form here for a transfusion reaction. We would stop the IV right away, disconnect it, leave the IV open. We're going to notify the physician, Dr. Avery. We'll notify the blood bank. All of this will probably be sent to the blood bank. That way they can take a look at it, and we would fill out this form noting signs and symptoms of what we thought for the transfusion that Betty showed us. If we were popping out of the room after our first 15 minutes, go check on other patients or documenting our stuff, we'd make sure Betty's comfortable, safely in place, safety rails up, call light within reach, and then we would leave Betty to it. And that ends our video.